Ooh, hi you guys. So I made that blog, or at least I started it, and I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I had troubles with that should be common sense, but I don't know. Your girl's not a web designer. Anywho, my blog. The first thing is I wanted to change the font. Now this is the finished result, but if you ever use one of these custom-made websites where they're already preset with templates, it already has what it wants to give you, and you just kind of go with it if you don't know where to look. So if you want to change your font or anything else that I didn't know about, which I will tell you later, go figure. So if you go to the paintbrush, which is site styles, here it is right here. Like, I felt so stupid. I think I spent like 40 minutes trying to figure out where the hell to do the font. And me being stubborn, I could have Googled it. I could have did other types of stuff, but I know there's a video. There's probably 50 million videos out there, but they don't all hit the same. So, okay, so yeah, I went to the paintbrush. Here go the fonts. Interesting facts. You could change the headings and the paragraphs to be different fonts, clearly. I wanted it to match exactly how my Word document. So I write everything in Word first, format it, and then I wanted it to be exactly the same. So these are the options I went with. If you click on headings, you'll see that the family is your actual font. These were the fonts I was playing around with earlier, which is why they're there. But you can browse all of them, which, as you can see, I have a long list, and I will show you later how to simplify that. Heading 1 through 4, clearly those are different headings that have their own preset formats. Down here, you can only change the size. So here, when I play with heading 1, the size is going to apply only to heading 1. I believe this one underneath it, this one was heading 4 that I used. So as you can see, it's only going to apply to whichever one you are selecting. Now this part up here, this is specific to just the heading format period. So this will be applied to 1 through 4. So the letter spacing, if you want to space your letters out more, that's what that does. The line height, think of it like in Word. Do you want double space, single space, 1.5, whatever. That is what that does. Style, some of these have bold. It really just depends on what type of font you have. So those are the headings. Paragraphs. There are multiple paragraphs here as well. So you can have paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You will be able to, I'm in buttons. Paragraphs. Paragraphs is the same thing. Your family is your font. Pick whatever you want. And then you still have the same options that are going to apply to all of your fonts. You have paragraphs 1 through 3. Same thing applies to that. You can only change the size of each paragraph. And then up here you have your letter spacing that will apply as well. And it's interesting because the headings affect one part of your header while the paragraph affects the other side. So those are things I was not playing around with until just now. So that was paragraphs, and I think I already showed buttons. You can change the spacing and the words on the buttons. I've already done this, and I'm not saving this because clearly this is a hot mess. Anywho, if you don't know what kind of font you want, and you just want something that already looks good and just some generic... Did my shit change? Okay, no. No, it's the same. Okay, all font packs. If you don't know what to pick and what looks good together, your heading versus your paragraph, I love this because this kind of gives you an idea of where to start with. So the first title, Oswald, that would be your heading. And then the other title would be your paragraph. So if you don't really have any type of idea, just go through here and play with it. And like a heading like this, it's not cute. All of the words are scrunched together. So this is a perfect time to play with that letter spacing. See, it looks a lot better. And then with the text transform, you could do all uppercase. That doesn't even look like the same font if you ask me, but it works. Let's see if I go lowercase. It works. So again, you have your all font packs, or you can choose your own. And with the font packs, they separate into sans serif, serif, and then mix. Again, those options mean nothing to me because I don't know what the difference is. I just knew what I wanted to do based off of my Word document. I just did what I wanted based off of my Word document. So you can change these individually, or you can use a font pack. I wanted something more consistent with my brand, quote unquote, that I'm trying to make for myself. I like earth tones, and those are the type of colors I want to stick with. I mean, this was fine when I first started. I didn't really have any type of format that I was going by, but now that I've been doing it for a few weeks, I know I have a specific color scheme, which you see in all of my thumbnails. I kind of converted everything to be more consistent because apparently that's good advice. So if you have your colors already planned out, that's great. Here, I was just going to edit the palette, but they have so many freaking options for you to be so specific. I don't know who is that tedious, but if you have that amount of time, by all means, go through each setting and pick one by one what you want your colors to be. Me, I know that I have a color brand palette, so I'm just going to take whatever information I already have established and put it in each section. And what I've done already is I've used my information from Canva. So I have a brand kit. Gotta pay premium for that, by the way. So these are pretty much my color palettes. I saved a few just to show you what I've done. I originally thought that I needed to convert this number and use either RGB. I don't know what HSL is, but for whatever reason in my weird brain, I was like, dang, I need to convert these numbers. So if you ever have that situation, convert a color. Beautiful. I don't know why, but I just came over here and started doing stuff in my keyboard. Embarrassing. I did not have my keyboard set up. Okay, so what I did was I just took all of the hex numbers over here and plugged it in. And you see it? Oh, I like that. It automatically shows you in the background, and because I'm lazy, I'm not going to write this information. I'm going to take a snippet of it. And then I have a Word document that I've just been saving all of my colors so I can refer to it later. And the beautiful thing is, even though I didn't need to convert anything, shit. That's not what the hell happened in my snippet. Okay. Screenshot, snippet, save it, paste it. And I have one more left to do. So if you ever need to actually come in here and do this for any other project, is that the right color? Boom, convertacolor.com. That is what I found. And at least you have all of your different formats. And if you save it in a Word document, easily referable. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is just go in here and I am going to change any of the settings that I want. So each box pertains to a different part of the actual website, so I won't see all of the changes. Right now I'm just setting up my palette. Let's start with this one. Okay, don't make this mistake, because this is why I originally thought I had to this is originally why I thought I had to convert it. Because you see, nothing's happening. I don't know if you hear my keyboard, I'm pressing enter. You're not supposed to do that. So apparently you need to keep the pound sign. I don't know if I'm just the only idiot that didn't know that, but there you go. It works. When I was trying to do it by RGB, this is where it got a little bit more confusing, because let's say I was on green. You have to know that you need to get closer to the color that you want, or else you're not able to change it manually. So I can delete this, and it's only going to stop at 9. I can't put 118. It just won't let me. it only goes up to so many numbers unless I get closer to that. And who has time to be playing around? Just do the hex number. And if you don't know the hex number, convert the other numbers to hex. Makes sense, right? Okay. And to show you just what I mean about the boxes being different things, this dark grayish green, ugly, I don't know. That is my background. So we'll do something nice and bright and vibrant. Okay, so you see it automatically changed my background. So I can save this palette, create it to do whatever it is that I want to do. I don't know what colors I'm gonna pick. I have several that I go through because I want some consistency, but I want options as well. So good advice was pick about 3 primary colors and maybe 5 or 6 accents. But most people work with less, maybe 3 colors. I do what I want. If I want the whole damn rainbow, I'm gonna have the whole rainbow. But you guys get the point. I'm gonna work on my website and then I will come back and show you guys my color scheme after I am done. Okay, so not to say this is what I'm actually doing, but when I made my color palette, these are some of the options. And so it gives me a variation of light on dark, just like it did before, but it's using my particular color scheme. I don't like it. It's very ugly, but you guys get the point. Ooh, I kind of like the black. I don't know. We might have something here. I'm gonna keep playing around with it. I just wanted to come back and just show you guys what it partially looks like. Yeah, designing a website is harder than what I thought. Even when it's supposed to be easy, this is kind of oh Lord. Maybe I should just stick to the presets. I don't know. I didn't save anything, so God forbid those presets are still there, I think. Themes? Yes, there we go. There was the theme. There it is. You can always go back to the OG way if you don't like this one, but I'll show y'all later what I decided to do. Okay, let's be real. Designing your own color palette sucks. I'm not an artist and it shows, and so I went with one of their themes, but I did customize it to some degree. It still technically counts because it wasn't fully their theme. Okay, I did throw a color or two of my brand in there, but let me see. That color palette, the themes, I took, where is it? Okay, so I took one of the themes and I just customized it. So with the palette, I think I added this tan and the green. And it only makes sense to keep the white. So pretty much, okay, you offer me some type of brownish mauve. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. I don't care. You offered me these colors and I took them, but I added to it and I made it great because I had to actually adjust. So I did still have to adjust the color scheme because of how they had this set up. I think that reddish brown color was originally the title with this green background. I didn't like that. So this is where doing the little pencil on the theme, you get very specific. And this was what I didn't want to have to do. But if you got partially, excuse me, if you have partially put together the formatting, I don't like the way I said that. Okay, if you have most of it the way that you want, and there's just a few little tweaks that you want to make, okay, it's worth doing this now. So what I did was I had to change my title and the home menu. I made that white. This kept yellow, so all of the headings I kept yellow and changed all the paragraphs to white. I also had to change the button colors. So off to the side, you can see where Everything pretty much has a section and then a subsection. So for the text, that's where I had to adjust. So the heading, those big headings, those are already those tannish colors. The paragraphs were purple if they were big. So it's based off the size, and it gets too specific. Like, who has time for this? Thank you to whoever created these palettes, because I don't care. I don't care enough to go through this, but I did have issues with my button. My button was black. There is nothing black on this screen. Nothing. Besides, I'm not gonna go there. Anywho, there's nothing black on this screen, so I didn't want a black button. So that's what I ended up doing, is I just had a palette that I chose a theme and I just edited it, because this is what it came up with, but you can always go through individually, one by one. Pick your text, pick your background, pick whatever you want. And that is so tedious that at this point, why are we taking the easy option out? Why are you taking the easy way at this point, right? So this is what I did. I wanted consistency. That was me just showing you guys what it was edited again all the way through. We're gonna keep the same thing. We're gonna keep it moving, keep it pushing, because I'm not doing, oh, look at my babies. It's kind of fucked up. Excuse me. It's kind of messed up to say when I got kids, but you ain't gonna see them on here. I do not post about them. But yeah, I tried to keep some consistency, except for the blog. I just can't talk. That's why I'm a writer. I cannot talk. My mouth don't form words right. My mouth no good. Oh my goodness. So yeah, the blog is the only place where I kept one of the settings just exactly as it was, the dark setting. But you guys get the point. That was 15 minutes of me running my mouth about how I have no taste in color. But I hope you guys do. Again, if you're trying to change anything, the site styles. Customize your theme, customize your text, customize your colors. You could do it all. But who wants to? Right? Right. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, you guys. Until next time.